has a lot of unique tools that we need. First off is blending stumps, and you'll see these in a lot of different sizes. If they look like rolled up paper, it's because that's what they are. I want to stay organized, so as I kind of go through this, I'm going to just set the stuff I'm not using up in the lid so that I can find it easily and it won't roll off the table. I like to use a regular pencil because it has a nice thick point and it has a lot of graphite in it. The little pad of sandpaper in your box is used for our blending sticks. Sometimes they have too much graphite. These nice little things that look like pens are actually erasers. You just click the top, it comes out. You don't need it out very far at all for it to be effective. This is another type of eraser called a gum eraser. When it's dirty, I just stretch it like silly putty and the graphite falls out. Let's get started on the practice portion by number 1. The first thing I have to do is just get some of that graphite on the paper. I like to start really dark and then soften my hand, putting less graphite as I go over to the side. And it looks okay, but you can see that there's little spaces in it. That's where I grab a blending stump, and I want to start at my darkest one. I rub it quite a bit, getting that graphite onto my stump so that as I work my way down, it gets lighter and lighter. And you can tell that smoothed out all those little white areas in between, and it looks great. So I think I understand why to use a blending stump, but how could I use it in real life? Well, if I was making shadows for something, for example, a tree, I simply would put in my figure and then show where that shadow is on the ground. Be sure to have a horizon line to really anchor your object in the space. Starting at the darkest spot again, I simply blend that out. Now my stump has graphite on it, so I can use it almost like a drawing tool for those lighter shadows that I need to put into my picture. After working for a while, your blending stump might have a lot of graphite on it. This is where I use the sandpaper. I simply rub back and forth and sand off that dirtiest outer layer of graphite. It also helps this get sanded into a really nice sharp point, which I might want and I might not. So if I need to trade it for a different tool, I sure can. Let's talk about the last item in your box. This is called an eraser shield, and I can use this by simply having a spot of graphite or something that I have shaded in. Then I'm going to place the screen over the top and simply using my pen type eraser, I erase everything in one of those shapes. It can give me a really nice accent or highlight on my piece. Just remember, it's not going to take it clear back to white because that graphite is embedded into my paper. My kneaded eraser is made to help remove graphite from a spot in my picture where I have too much and also where I don't want a really strong line. I stretch it so that I get a clean area, and then I can simply press it down on my paper, push, lift up. It removes it nice and softly, or I can use it as an eraser by rubbing it.